Welcome back to our journey through Shakespeare's Hamlet, the greatest tragedy ever written. In Episode 1, we discovered the historical background of the play and learned why Hamlet continues to fascinate readers and audiences today. In Episode 2, we walked through the full plot, act by act, and saw how the story unfolds with suspense, emotion, and tragedy. Now, in Episode 3, we'll meet the key players of the story, characters who are complex, relatable, and unforgettable. From Hamlet's deep sadness to Claudius's ambition and Ophelia's tragic innocence, every character adds a new layer to this rich drama.
Prince Hamlet, the tragic hero.
Hamlet, the Prince of Denmark, stands at the center of this complex tragedy. He is not just a noble prince, but a deeply philosophical thinker. His mind wrestles with existential questions, the meaning of life and death, duty and morality, justice and revenge. From the moment the ghost of his father appears to him with a call for vengeance, Hamlet becomes a man torn apart by doubt and emotion. His inner conflict is evident in his iconic soliloquies, especially "to be or not to be." These are not just poetic monologues, they are windows into a mind in turmoil. Hamlet is not impulsive like Laertes. He is introspective, constantly questioning the morality of his actions. Yet his overthinking becomes his downfall. He delays avenging his father's murder, feigns madness, hurts those closest to him, and in the end, his hesitation leads to the death of almost everyone he cares about, and himself. This duality of strength and fragility, intelligence and confusion, is what makes Hamlet one of the greatest tragic heroes in literature.
King Claudius, the villain in the shadows.
Claudius is not a typical villain. Shakespeare makes him cunning and charming, a man who understands politics, diplomacy, and manipulation. On the surface, he appears to be a capable king, trying to maintain stability in Denmark. But his inner world is ruled by guilt and paranoia. His soliloquy, where he attempts to pray, reveals the torment in his soul. He seeks forgiveness, but he cannot truly repent because he still enjoys the fruits of his crime, the crown and the queen. His fear of Hamlet grows, and he goes to great lengths to secure his position, including plotting Hamlet's death. Claudius's duplicity, being both outwardly noble and inwardly corrupt, mirrors the theme of appearance versus reality that runs throughout the play.
Queen Gertrude, the mysterious mother.
Gertrude remains one of the most enigmatic characters in the play. Her motivations are never fully explained, which leaves much to interpretation. Is she complicit in Claudius's crime, or merely a pawn? Did she marry Claudius out of love, fear, or political necessity? What is clear is that she deeply loves Hamlet, though she doesn't understand the depth of his pain. Her final moments, drinking the poisoned wine meant for Hamlet, show her maternal instinct and perhaps her redemption. Gertrude represents the struggle of women in a male-dominated court, trying to survive, to love, and to protect her child, even when trapped in moral grey areas.
Ophelia, the symbol of innocence.
Ophelia's journey from obedience to madness is one of the most heartbreaking in the play. She is surrounded by powerful men, her father Polonius, her brother Laertes, and her lover Hamlet, but is allowed little voice of her own. She obeys her father's command to distance herself from Hamlet. She endures Hamlet's verbal cruelty, driven by his own emotional turmoil. And when her father is killed by Hamlet, her fragile world collapses. Her descent into madness is portrayed with poetic beauty. Her songs, her gifts of imaginary flowers, her fragmented speech. Ophelia becomes the ultimate symbol of innocence destroyed by a corrupt world. Her tragic death leaves the audience mourning not just a character, but the loss of purity and gentleness.
Polonius the nosy courtier.
Polonius is more than just comic relief. As the royal advisor, he plays a significant role in the court's dynamics. He is full of proverbs and fatherly advice, much of which seems wise but is often shallow or self-serving. His obsession with appearances leads him to constantly spy on others, whether it's his own son Laertes, his daughter Ophelia, or Hamlet himself. He believes in control through surveillance, which ultimately leads to his ironic death, being killed while spying behind a curtain. Polonius represents the old order, rigid, controlling, and out of touch with deeper emotional truths. His actions, though meant to preserve order, accelerate chaos.
Laertes the man of action.
Laertes is a vital foil to Hamlet. He is passionate and quick to act. Upon hearing of his father's death, he storms back to Denmark ready to kill, no hesitation, no philosophical debate. His thirst for revenge makes him an easy tool for Claudius. But unlike Claudius, Laertes retains a sense of honor. In his dying moments, he confesses Claudius's plot and asks Hamlet for forgiveness. Through Laertes, Shakespeare shows another path of grief, one that is active rather than contemplative. His story highlights the moral dangers of vengeance without reflection.
Horatio the loyal friend.
Horatio is the emotional anchor of the play. In a world filled with betrayal, lies, and madness, he remains steady, honest, and loyal. He is Hamlet's confidant, the one person Hamlet can truly trust. He offers advice, listens with patience, and supports without judgment. His role is understated, but crucial. When Hamlet dies, it is Horatio who lives to tell the tale. He becomes the guardian of Hamlet's legacy and the moral center of the play.
Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, the betrayers.
These former friends of Hamlet are corrupted by their allegiance to Claudius. They pretend to care for Hamlet but are actually spies, sent to manipulate and report on him. Their betrayal stings because they once shared a bond with Hamlet. They serve as examples of how political power can distort personal relationships. Their eventual fate, being executed after Hamlet outwits them, shows that betrayal has consequences. They add a layer of irony and dark humor to the unfolding tragedy.
The ghost messenger from beyond.
The ghost of King Hamlet is the supernatural spark of the entire plot. His appearance is chilling, mysterious, and powerful. He represents the unresolved past, justice from beyond the grave, and the burden of memory. He tasks Hamlet with a terrible mission, to kill his uncle, the new king. But he also leaves Hamlet with questions. Is the ghost telling the truth? Is it a demon? Should revenge be taken at all? The ghost introduces the theme of uncertainty, the line between reality and illusion, and sets the stage for Hamlet's internal torment.
Wrap up the people behind the tragedy.
Each of these characters brings a unique voice and purpose to Hamlet. Together, they create a world full of secrets and lies, love and betrayal, action and hesitation, sanity and madness. Shakespeare doesn't give us perfect heroes or simple villains. He gives us real people with flaws, fears, and dreams. And that's what makes Hamlet so powerful. In our next episode, we'll zoom in even closer on Prince Hamlet himself. Why is he called a tragic hero? What is his fatal flaw? Is he truly mad, or just pretending? What can we learn from his journey? We'll analyze Hamlet's internal conflict, emotional depth, and how Shakespeare crafts one of the most unforgettable characters in all of literature.